If you've been around for a while, you know I have been using the ZIIP GX since November 2022 when it replaced the new face I had been using until then. Well, in September 2023, I switched to the ZIIP Halo, the new and apparently improved version that will replace the ZIIP GX and OX over time. What did they improve on? Was it really an improvement, and am I as happy with it as I used to be with the original one? Let's talk. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Dr. Anne, a physician passionate about skincare and well-aging. The Halo claims to offer both immediate and long-term benefits like firmer, plumper and more even-looking skin using different frequencies of nano and microcurrent, which is basically the same the ZIIP GX claims. The main improvement is the change in design that should make it easier to use, and that the Halo has even more different waveform varieties to use. Just as a quick reminder, I have an in-depth video on the topic already. Nanocurrent is what the brand claims makes their devices different from other devices like the new face that only use microcurrent. The way they put it, microcurrent is for the muscle contraction and immediate lifting, while nanocurrent works more on the cell stimulation and ATP production, which leads to more collagen in the long run, giving delayed but long-term effects. While there are some studies done that make this sound possible, we are far away from good evidence on the actual benefits of microcurrent, and for nanocurrent there is even less. Both devices can be used with the app, but the ZIIP Halo also comes preloaded with the Lift treatment, a short 4-minute free-form one using both nano and microcurrent that you can access simply by turning on the device, no need to grab your phone. That makes it much more convenient if, like me, you grab it half asleep in the mornings and are short on time. When it comes to the treatments in the app, you can sync your old favorites with the ZIIP Halo as well, but can't access the new ones if you use a ZIIP GX. Quite surprising, the new and improved ZIIP Halo is available for $399 on the website, which is around €80 less than the ZIIP GX was. It isn't common that something is revamped and gets actually more affordable, but apparently it has more to do with the kit it comes in than with the actual device itself. The original one came with a bottle of golden gel, available for around €129, and the Halo comes with a bottle of electric complex gel, available for €25, which explains the reduction. While the ZIIP GX and OX are no longer available, the different gels still are, and I really like that. That way you can decide for yourself if you want the much more expensive gel packed with peptides and growth factors or the basic version. When you compare both side by side, the ZIIP Halo is lighter and, that's a personal preference, looks more elegant with its rounder shape and the silver top layer compared to the white and gold combo of the ZIIP GX. The metal probes are flatter, which is supposed to make it easier for the current to get into the skin, and again, my personal opinion, feel more comfortable when using it. While the ZIIP Halo had the button to turn it on at the top, the ZIIP Halo has it on the bottom in between the probes. For charging, the ZIIP Halo uses an USB-C connector, which I prefer. As Apple user, I have a ton of them lying around anyway, no need to pack an extra cord when I go on holiday. Although you really don't need to charge them often, both lasted well over a week when using them every other day. Both work basically the same way. You pick the treatment you want to use within the app, turn on the device and start following the instructions. While the ZIIP GX only did light up when both probes are at full contact with the skin, the ZIIP Halo lightens up immediately but gets brighter when you place the probes correctly. I don't have a favorite here, I can't really see the device when using it anyway unless I happen to do it in front of a mirror. The main difference I noticed was that the ZIIP Halo doesn't seem to stop the treatment when you lift it off to, I don't know, reapply gel or drink some tea or whatever. It just keeps going. That led to me sometimes being quicker than the treatment tutorials I watched, while when using the ZIIP GX I would always fall behind because I would lose contact eventually and would have to reposition. In general, I found the ZIIP Halo to feel less intense. There were less tingling sensations even when my skin was a little off, which is explained with the improved variety of waveforms. As we need to remind ourselves, a treatment doesn't work better simply because it is hurting more, so that does not mean the ZIIP Halo is less effective. When looking at the treatments offered inside the app, the ZIIP Halo has more freeform ones that only differ in waveform, but that you can either follow along or focus on the areas you need it most. The ones for the GX were a little more formalized, with 10 strokes here and then 5 strokes here. Which one you prefer depends on your personality, I guess, but the good news is, should you want more guided tutorials, you can always access tutorials for the GX and sync them to your Halo. If you have the GX though, syncing the Halo tutorials isn't possible, as the Halo, according to the brand, offers a more different waveforms the GX can't replicate. Both devices use microcurrent and nanocurrent, so currents with a different intensity, but other than that the current can differ in frequency and shape of the waveform. Apparently the Halo has more different waveforms that are reflected in the different combinations in the treatments, but that isn't something you can see or feel when using it. It is the explanation why different treatments feel very similar when doing them, but as they combine different waveforms, should work differently in the skin. As I mentioned in my video on the effects of microcurrent in the skin and in my original review of the ZIIP GX, there is very limited data on the effects of microcurrent and nothing I could find on nanocurrent, so I can't really tell you if any of that matters. In my day-to-day experience of using the ZIIP Halo as I had used the ZIIP GX before, which is roughly every other day or around 4 times a week, I did not see different results in how my face looked when switching from the GX to the Halo. I still get an immediate lifting and depuffing effect. I tend to do the treatments in the mornings as it is quick and easy to do, but that effect doesn't last more than a day. If there is a subtle, long-term effect that I simply don't see with the bare eye, I can't tell, and I didn't see any changes in the before and after footage of my face either. But as muscle and collagen maintenance is something you couldn't see unless you did a split face application over several months, that doesn't mean they aren't there. So, if I didn't see any difference in using the Halo versus the ZIIP, which one is my favorite? Definitely the Halo. It is lighter, easy to grab, more convenient as you can use it without your phone and still get a decent routine with the preloaded lift treatment, and, but that's personal opinion, it is also prettier. I also think they made a great move coming out with the less expensive gel, bringing the entry-level price down quite a bit. I mean, it is still expensive, but a little more accessible. If you already have the GX though, there is absolutely no need to get the Halo as long as it is still working. I don't think that the difference between the two warrants spending the money again. Use the GX unless it stops working and then get a Halo as replacement. If there is anything you would like to add, please do so in the comments below. I will link to more videos you might find interesting on the screen and add links to my Instagram, blog and Patreon account in the description box. See you soon, bye!